Hi, my name is Sheila Blair. I am the founder of Revive to Thrive Coaching for Women. There's a conversation that we're not having loudly enough, and it's about misalignment, not exclusively burnout, not exclusively anxiety, not exhaustion just by itself, misalignment of our entire systems. And because most high capacity women don't suddenly collapse when they're overwhelmed, it goes unnoticed. They start to slowly disconnect and symptoms start showing up long before they have a name. Let me explain what I mean. Research consistently shows that women report higher levels of stress than men. The American Psychological Association's Stress in America reports continue to highlight elevated areas where women are burdened more with stress, especially those women who are balancing professional leadership and caregiving roles, which many of us are. The CDC, too, has documented widespread anxiety and depressive symptoms in adults, particularly since COVID. And I've said for years we aren't paying enough attention to the effect that COVID had on us. And then also, Gallup continues to report that a minority of employees describe themselves as fully engaged at work. And when I say minority, I'm talking about 10% or less. But here's the piece that rarely gets said. For many women, the issue is not capability, it's incongruence. It's misalignment between our identity and our role, our values and our calendar, misalignment between our energy and yet the expectations we have for ourselves and the expectations that others have for us as well. Misalignment between our contribution and the compensation we receive, misalignment between our authenticity and the performance we have to give. And when that misalignment persists, your nervous system responds, and you begin to see symptoms like chronic fatigue, even when sleep won't fix it, irritability that surprises you and has you saying, "Who was that?" Because that's not me. You have a loss of inspiration in your life. You have brain fog. You just want to sit on the couch when you know you have so much to do. You have anxiety that disguises itself as being overprepared. You overfunction in every room you go into. You have resentment that you don't say aloud. And your self-criticism grows louder the more successful you become. That's not weakness. That's your system signaling strain. Psychological research can tell us that when behavior conflicts with core beliefs and values, cognitive dissonance increases. That internal friction creates stress, and you feel it as tension, but you probably label it as, I just need to push harder, because that's what we do. Women are especially vulnerable to this pattern because we are socialized to be adaptable, to be helpful, to be capable, to be high performing, to be needed. So instead of asking ourselves, is this aligned with who I am today? We say, what can I do to get it done? Can I handle it? And the answer is usually, yes, I can, until it isn't. The World Health Organization defines burnout as the result of chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed. But what if the stress isn't just about workload? What if it's about living a life that no longer matches who you are? We all evolve, but we never recalibrate. That's misalignment, and it has consequences. We fall into a loop of bad things like chronic stress that elevates cortisol. Cortisol impacts sleep. Poor sleep affects emotional regulation. Emotional dysregulation impacts decision making. Decision fatigue reduces clarity. Reduced clarity increases anxiety. Anxiety increases avoidance. Avoidance creates more internal shame. It is a loop and a pattern that we are stuck in. And from the outside, you still look successful, but on the inside, you feel disconnected. And here's the truth that I want women to hear. Misalignment does not mean you need to quit your job. It does not mean you need to abandon your responsibilities. It does not mean that you are ungrateful for your success and where you are. It means something in your life needs recalibration. Alignment isn't you being dramatic, it's strategic. It's asking, does this role that I'm in reflect my current identity? Do my boundaries reflect my current capacity? Does my schedule reflect my values? Is my ambition aligned with my well-being? Am I leading from authenticity or expectation? Because here's what happens when alignment is restored to us. Our energy stabilizes, our confidence increases, our anxiety decreases, boundaries feel cleaner, decisions feel lighter, growth feels expansive instead of exhausting. And guess what? We can breathe finally. And perhaps most importantly, we stop shrinking in order to survive our success. Women aren't burning out because they're weak. Hear me. Women aren't burning out because we are weaker. They're burning out because they're overextended, over-responsible, and often operating in environments that no longer match their evolution. And evolution is not crisis, it's growth. But growth requires recalibration. So if you're experiencing fatigue that rest won't fix, success that doesn't feel satisfying, irritation that feels disproportionate, or a quiet sense that something is off, it's not a motivation problem. It's a misalignment problem. And that's not a diagnosis. It's an invitation. It's my invitation to you to pause, to reflect, to realign, and to elevate. Because you're not meant to survive your life, you're meant to thrive in it. And alignment is where that begins. I can help you. Please join me.